What is going on, everybody? I am the FDGURU, bringing to you guys a Thursday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. A week from today, we have MLB opening day. We'll be playing MLB DFS during the day, which is a great thing to think about. We have 6 games on this main slate tonight. They're leaving out the late game at 10:30 Eastern, thank God, with the Hawks against the Suns. Going to have that after-hour slate, though. As usual, I've been trying to play as many after-hour slates as possible, especially with my new Dub Club platform. A good way for me to, build out some extra content when I can. We have some questionable guys, but not too many. As usual, 5 plays in this video, 1 for each position. Coming off of a overall rough night last night. Had Jonte Porter in a ton of lineups. He played 2 minutes off the bench and then got sick for the Raptors. The Raptors in general, the best value team to pick from last night, got absolutely smashed. None of the players hit value outside of like Agbaji, so it was a pretty brutal slate. When you have a bunch of cheap value from bad players, that's always prone to happen. It's impossible to be perfect. So we move on to tonight. Slate looks pretty good. Questionable guys right now, we got Denny Advia on the Wizards, questionable, as well as Rashawn Holmes. Kuzma has missed recently, but he's not on the injury report. So we do not have to get so crazy into those Wizards bench players like, Patrick Baldwin and Butler and all that stuff. But the Bulls against the Rockets. Rockets are starting to get pretty properly priced with no Şengün now that they've played a few games. On the Bulls side, we have Kobe White and Alex Caruso questionable, so something to keep an eye on. It's an 8 o'clock Eastern game. Pretty big news for the Nets. 8 o'clock game against Milwaukee. Nick Claxton is questionable with an illness. He did not go through shoot-around this morning, so we can put him on the side of not playing, a better chance of not playing, but we'll have to see what happens. That would obviously open up a guy like Day'Ron Sharpe. Bucks, we got Giannis questionable again. He was ruled out very early yesterday. It's a back-to-back. It's a hamstring. I can't imagine they force it, especially playing against the Nets. They're 9.5-point favorites, and that's with Giannis's status, up in the air. So they might not force Giannis to come back tonight. As far as anything else, nothing crazy. We're going to roll into my first play because I do want to talk about a potential, scenario for the Knicks here tonight. I do like Miles McBride. He started last game. The one thing here is, he played 46 minutes too, which is just insane. He got bit by that Thibodeau bug last game playing 46 minutes, but they have him projected to start. Now, the Nuggets play a little bit bigger. The Warriors aren't that big. They have Draymond Green play the 5, so, they matched Hartenstein with him, and then they were able to do a small ball lineup. The Nuggets, though, I don't know if they start Precious Achiuwa or not. Josh Hart has, clearly shown he can play power forward. He's a great rebounding wing player. But they do have Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter as the 3 and 4, who are big, so we'll have to see what happens. They currently have DiVincenzo at the 3 matched up against Michael Porter, and then Miles McBride at the 2 matched up against Caldwell Pope. Assuming McBride starts and sees, 35 plus minutes, he looks great at 5,200 coming off of a great game, 35 fantasy points. He'll project really well. It's just, this game's at 9 o'clock, and we're not going to know the starting lineup. So, I don't know. I think it's kind of risky. I don't think we're going to know much else going into lock, but just something to think about that the Nuggets, have a bigger lineup than the Warriors. You never know what Thibodeau can do. But Josh Hart can play the 4. We'll have to see what happens. I'll have to decide on what to do. If McBride were to start, obviously that would be, a great value play. Shooting guard, let's go to Keon Ellis. There's not a ton of cheap guys. We can feel pretty good about Keon Ellis playing, 25 plus minutes as a starter with Kevin Huerter out. Needs 22 fantasy points to hit value. He's been, doing well in his uptick in minutes. As of late, he has hit value. In 4 out of the 5 games, he has seen those 25 plus minutes. Great matchup at Washington. We saw the Kings absolutely destroy the Raptors last night, so he only had to play 25 minutes because they went to their bench early in that fourth quarter. In a close game, we can assume he's going to play, 27 to, low 30s in minutes. We do have Malik Monk who comes off the bench and could easily finish the game, but whether Keon Ellis finishes the game or not, he should easily play more than 25 minutes tonight, making him a good value play at 4,600. Like I said, the last 5 games he's been very consistent hitting his value. He needs 22 to hit value tonight. Small forward, I don't know how much I love this play, but a lot of, projections and stuff really like Cameron Johnson tonight. The Nets have a great matchup in Milwaukee tonight, and it will be even better if Giannis is out, but the Nets have been so bad. I just don't know what to trust on this team. Dennis Schroeder is all right at, I think he's like 6,100. I kind of like 6,300. I kind of like him. I can't trust Mikal Bridges. Johnson at 5,400 should start and play high 20s in minutes. In this matchup, against Milwaukee, he should project out for a fantasy point per minute guy. Needs 27 fantasy points to hit value. He struggled to get there as of late, but we do know what he's capable of doing. No Finney Smith. That's not like a huge deal, but it definitely helps boost these guys a little bit more. I don't know. He's pretty inconsistent along with the rest of this Nets team, but the Nets just have a really good matchup tonight in Milwaukee, and it will be even better if we have no Giannis. Something to look at. I might, go off of him, but right now projections really like Cameron Johnson at this price. Power forward, I think we just spent up on Sabonis at 11,000. Had him on yesterday's slate at 10,900. He hit value basically in 3 quarters. He didn't play a second of that fourth quarter. They were destroying the Raptors. A triple-double in 3 quarters for Sabonis. They could do the same thing tonight. In Washington, it's not quite as crazy of a spread, but it's around the same, 11.5. So hopefully we can cross our fingers and hope that, Sabonis sees the fourth quarter tonight, because if he does, he's going to project out for, 55 to 65 fantasy points, and he's going to look really good. The fact that he got, basically he got value at 27 minutes last night just shows how well he was playing. He's been playing extremely well as of late, and the matchup couldn't be any better against the Wizards. He should absolutely smash them. The only worry here is the game script and if it blows out, but I'm willing to take that risk. We only have 6 games on this main slate, so, and we're running into the same issue we saw last night. Last night there were a lot of big spreads. Tonight, you have a 3-point spread in the Pelicans and Magic game, and then a 4-point spread in the Bulls and Rockets game. The other 4 games, Kings 11.5 point favorites, Bucks 9.5 point favorites, Dallas at home against the Jazz 14.5 point favorites, the Nuggets at home against the Knicks 9 point favorites. The other 4 games see a 9 or higher spread, so it's kind of like the same deal as last night. We're not going to really be able to avoid, blowout risk because we have to pick guys from these games. Sabonis should smash tonight. Again, we'll just cross our fingers that he plays in the fourth quarter. And then for center, it depends if Claxton is in or out, but I do lean on him being out tonight, missing that shoot around with an illness. Hopefully, we get that news before lock. It is an 8 o'clock Eastern game. Usually with an illness, they tell you a little bit beforehand, especially if he wasn't able to go through shoot around. It's just tough to predict, honestly. Your guess is as good as mine, but I'm going to put him in for now because I don't really have another value play to play. Daron Sharp will be like the best play on the slate if Claxton is out. He should presumably start at center. He's borderline a play. He's not really a play if Claxton starts, but he's had 2 good games, back-to-back games. He needs 23 fantasy points. He would probably play 25-ish minutes as a starter if Claxton was ruled out. So this just, depends on the news of Nicholas Claxton. But just wanted to bring to your attention Daron Sharp in this scenario. That'll do it for this video, guys. Give this video a like, subscribe. Let's have a nice night tonight. Kind of bounce back from that wonky slate yesterday. Until next time, I am the FD Guru. Peace.